In the silence of this moment, feel how a powerful presence approaches your spirit. It's no coincidence that you're listening to these words right now. Something extraordinary is about to happen in your life. And this prayer will be the key that unlocks the blocked doors of your destiny. St. Michael the Archangel, the most powerful celestial warrior, has already turned his gaze toward you while many continue to struggle against invisible blockages. You are about to discover the secret of true divine prosperity. This is not a simple prayer. It's a spiritual portal to the abundance that has been denied to you for too long. Angels are already moving cosmic energies around you, preparing the ground for a transformation beyond human imagination. Can you feel it? That subtle change in the air, that sensation of lightness beginning to replace the weight of daily worries? It's the presence of Saint Michael approaching, bringing with him the power to unlock what seemed hopelessly closed in your life. If you feel this prayer is already touching your heart, write in the comments, Saint Michael, open the doors of my prosperity and let this blessing fully enter your life. Saint Michael Archangel, Supreme Commander of the celestial hosts, I turn to you with an open heart and a waiting soul, you who carry the sword of light that cuts through all darkness, every blockage, every limitation that prevents the flow of divine grace in my life today. I invoke you with deep devotion, not as a simple messenger, but as the powerful warrior that you are, capable of defeating the invisible forces that slow my path toward prosperity. Your very name resonates as a promise of victory, who is like God, reminding me that through you, I can access the unstoppable power of the Creator, that force which transforms desires into reality, dreams into tangible manifestations. Glorious Saint Michael, you who were chosen by God as defender of light against darkness, as protector of humanity against the forces of oppression. Look now upon my life with your penetrating eyes. See the blockages that have prevented my opportunities from manifesting. See the closed doors before my sincere efforts. See the complicated knots in my finances, my work, my projects. With your flaming sword, I pray you cut these invisible ties that keep me anchored to scarcity. Your sword is not made of earthly metal, but of eternal truth and divine love. It can cut what seems impenetrable. It can free what seems permanently trapped. Saint Michael, you who fought and won the battle against pride and darkness, teach me the humility that opens the doors of abundance, for I know that true prosperity is not only material, but is a perfect harmony between body, mind, and spirit. It is that fullness that allows the soul to expand into its true divine essence, manifesting outwardly what already exists in the celestial design for me. Your humility is not weakness, but the greatest strength, that awareness that we are channels of divine grace, not its source. Teach me this profound truth that opens the gates of cosmic abundance. Archangel of fire and courage, your energy is like a powerful wind that sweeps away the clouds of confusion and indecision. Blow now this divine wind into my life. Clarify my vision, strengthen my determination, ignite the sacred fire of initiative in my heart, for the prosperity I seek requires not only your blessing, but also my sincere commitment to act according to divine guidance. Your celestial fire is purifying. It burns away what no longer serves, but also illuminates the path before me. Let this sacred fire transform my hesitation into decisive action, my doubts into divine certainty. I invoke you, Saint Michael. In this moment when I feel my destiny is ripe for transformation, I stand at the crossroads of possibilities, and I need your light to illuminate the right path with your golden lance. Indicate the direction of hidden opportunities that wait only to be discovered with your shining shield. Protect my efforts from energies that would sabotage my success, as you have guided celestial armies through cosmic battles. Now guide my steps through the labyrinth of daily decisions that, added together, create the mosaic of my future prosperity. Prince of the celestial militia, you who see beyond the veil of appearances, help me recognize true opportunities among the many distractions of this world. Teach me to distinguish what merely glitters on the surface from what contains true substance. Give me wisdom to invest my energies where they will bear abundant fruit, not only for me, But for all those I love and who depend on me, your celestial sight penetrates through illusions and deceptions. Lend me this clarity of vision, so that I may recognize the path of authentic abundance among the many deceptive paths that promise wealth but lead to emptiness and frustration. Saint Michael, you who are the guardian of the divine balance, balance my life so that I can receive with gratitude and give with generosity, for I know that the flow of prosperity is like a river that must both receive and give to keep itself alive. Powerful, teach me the sacred art of circulating abundance, where giving becomes receiving and receiving becomes giving. In an endless cycle of blessings, this is the cosmic law of balance that governs the universe. Nothing accumulates without consequences. Nothing is withheld without stagnating with your guidance. I desire to become a perfect channel of this divine economy, archangel of divine manifestation. I know that every blockage in my life has had its purpose, perhaps to teach me patience, perhaps to strengthen my determination, perhaps to prepare me to receive the blessings you are about to bring. But now, with deep faith, I ask you to untie these knots, to transform obstacles into springboards, difficulties into hidden opportunities. Your millennial wisdom sees the perfection of the divine design where I see only confusion and delay. Help me transform this understanding into joyful acceptance of every experience as a necessary step toward my complete prosperity. Celestial guardian, with your sword of truth, cut the ties that keep me anchored to old limiting beliefs about prosperity and abundance. Free my mind from the invisible chains of fear of scarcity. Dissolve the unconscious resistances that make me reject material blessings. For I know that in divine harmony, prosperity is a spiritual birthright, a tangible expression of the infinite grace of the Creator. These limiting beliefs are not truly mine. They are echoes of past voices, impressions of painful experiences, reflections of collective fears. Your sword of truth can sever these karmic bonds, freeing my energy to attract what truly belongs to me by divine right. Saint Michael, you who are messenger of miracles and catalyst of divine changes, now accelerate the flow of opportunities in my life where there were delays. Bring swiftness where there were rejections. Bring acceptance where there were closed doors. Throw open gates of unexpected possibilities. Your energy is like lightning that illuminates the night sky. Rapid, powerful, transformative. A single moment of divine illumination can change the course of an entire life. Bring this flash of celestial inspiration into my existence, showing me in an instant what years of searching have not revealed. Archangel of divine protection, as you lead me toward new heights of abundance, protect me from the temptations that often accompany material prosperity. Teach me to remain anchored to the eternal values of the soul, even when material blessings begin to flow into my life. For true wealth is that which nourishes both body and spirit, which benefits not only me, but all those who cross my path. Prosperity without ethics becomes a golden trap, a prison of comfort that imprisons the soul. Protect me from this dangerous illusion, keeping my heart centered in truth even as my material circumstances transform. Saint Michael, you who see the complete design of my life from the heights of heaven, help me understand that some doors close so that others, more aligned with my true purpose, may open. Give me the wisdom to gracefully accept divine no's, knowing they are only detours toward a greater yes that awaits me along the path. How many times have I cried over lost opportunities, ignoring that they were paths that would have taken me away from my authentic destiny? Your celestial perspective offers me that broader understanding that transforms disappointment into anticipatory gratitude for what is about to manifest. Celestial warrior with golden armor, break with your power every curse of poverty, every repetitive pattern of failure, every cycle of enthusiastic beginning followed by bitter disappointment. Your purifying fire burns away these destructive patterns, leaving only fertile ground where new seeds of opportunity can be planted and flourish. Repetitions are not coincidences. They are lessons waiting to be learned, patterns waiting to be recognized and transcended. With your divine assistance, I can finally break these karmic chains and create new models of sustainable success in my life. Saint Michael, you who are close to the throne of the Most High, Carry my prayer like fragrant incense before the Creator of all visible and invisible riches. Intercede for me, so that the blessings destined for me are no longer withheld, so that divine gifts flow freely into my life, so that the prosperity I seek becomes tangible manifestation of celestial grace. Your voice is heard with special favor. Your requests receive celestial priority. Speak my name before the angelic council. Present my cause before the divine court, so that cosmic justice may be done, and the blessings destined for me finally released. Archangel of divine transmutation, transform my weaknesses into strength, my failures into precious lessons, my wounds into compassionate wisdom with your alchemical touch. Convert the lead of my difficult experiences into the gold of spiritual awareness that naturally attracts abundance in all its forms. This is true spiritual alchemy, not the transformation of metals, but the transmutation of human experiences into divine wisdom. You are the master of this sacred art. Teach me to see every difficulty as an essential ingredient in the cosmic recipe of my future prosperity. Saint Michael, as you pronounce your powerful, who is like God, remind me that I am created in the divine image, destined to manifest greatness and abundance as a reflection of the Creator's magnificence. Awaken in me that divine spark that knows it deserves the best, that recognizes abundance as the natural state of the universe, that effortlessly aligns with the infinite flow of cosmic prosperity. Your celestial battle cry resonates across dimensions, awakening that part of me that has forgotten its divine origin and its birthright to fullness in all its expressions. Guardian of eternal light, illuminate my daily thoughts with awareness of the abundance that surrounds me. Open my eyes to see the infinite opportunities hidden in ordinary situations. Refine my senses to perceive divine coincidences that are actually doors to new dimensions of prosperity. How often we walk beside invisible treasures, unaware of their presence. Your luminous touch on my spiritual eyes reveals these hidden gifts, these opportunities disguised as ordinary events, these seeds of greatness disguised as casual encounters. Saint Michael, with your imposing yet gentle presence, walk beside me in my working days. Inspire my ideas, energize my actions, amplify my courage to ask for what I deserve, to negotiate with confidence, to expand the boundaries of what I believe possible for me. Your fire energy ignites in me that spark of divine audacity necessary to attract great abundance in moments of crucial decision. I will feel the beat of your mighty wings beside me, infusing me with that celestial courage that transforms ordinary negotiations into extraordinary opportunities for manifestation. Archangel of divine justice, reestablish in my life the sacred balance between giving and receiving, between effort and reward, between sowing and harvesting. If there are blessings due to me for past unrecognized work, for unrewarded talents, for unreturned generosity, I pray you now cause these rewards to flow to me in a perfect and divine way. Your cosmic scale weighs with perfect precision. Nothing is lost in the divine economy. No positive act remains without reward. No shared talent remains without recognition. Now is the time to harvest what I have sown through many seasons of life. Saint Michael, you who are master of rapid manifestation, accelerate the time of realization of my dearest dreams. What seemed years away, bring closer to months what seemed to require months. Bring to completion in weeks what appeared to need weeks. Condense into days, for I know that in the spiritual realm, time is fluid and responds to the force of divine intention. You, who exist beyond the limitations of linear time, teach me to navigate these currents of accelerated possibility, where synchronicity replaces randomness and miracles become the norm rather than the exception. Celestial warrior with a cloak of stars, wrap in your protective light all my projects, my creative ideas, my investments, my professional relationships. Keep away from them energies of jealousy, envy, unfair competition, and sabotage. Create around my work and financial life an impenetrable force field that allows in only what is aligned with my highest good. Your cosmic cloak, woven of stars and celestial light, can completely envelop every aspect of my life, creating a sacred space of protected manifestation where my blessings can flourish undisturbed by contrary energies. Saint Michael, you who are the patron of those undertaking new beginnings, especially bless every new project I launch, every new relationship I build, every new investment I make. Be present at the beginning of each new phase of my life, ensuring it starts on the right foot, with solid foundations, with faithful allies. With sufficient resources, seeds planted under your protection grow strong and resilient. Initiatives undertaken with your blessing prosper. Even in difficult conditions, extend your powerful hand over my new beginnings, consecrating them with divine energy that guarantees their success. Archangel of Divine Providence, in moments when resources seem scarce and material concerns weigh on my heart, remind me that you are always by my side. Whisper to the ear of my heart that the universe is infinitely abundant, and that, through your intercession, all my needs will be met in often surprising and unexpected ways. Providence is never late nor early. It arrives exactly when needed, often through channels we would never have imagined. Refine my trust in this divine flow that knows no scarcity, only temporary invisibility. Saint Michael, as you tirelessly fight spiritual battles in invisible realms, fight also for me in the material world. Fight against the forces of economic stagnation, financial limitation, chronic scarcity that have afflicted my life. Defeat these invisible enemies with the same determination with which you defeated the forces of darkness in the heavens. Your celestial victory is reflected in my earthly victories. Every battle you win in spiritual realms opens a corresponding space of freedom and abundance in my daily reality. Mighty Prince of angelic hosts, bring into my life those people who can help me grow, prosper, expand my horizons. Guides, mentors, collaborators, supporters, clients, partners. Draw to me kindred souls who recognize my value and who contribute to my prosperity while I contribute to theirs. Divine connections are never random. They are orchestrated with cosmic precision to create powerful synergies that elevate all participants. Activate these divine networks of shared prosperity in my life. Now, Saint Michael, with your sight that penetrates the veils between worlds, show me if there are karmic lessons I must learn regarding prosperity, if there are old patterns from past lives that influence my current relationship with abundance. Help me recognize them, heal them, transcend them. Free my spiritual path from these ancient burdens that no longer serve me. Karma is not punishment but education. Once the lesson is learned, the debt is paid and the soul is free to proceed without that weight. Help me complete these cosmic lessons quickly and with grace. Archangel of Divine Completeness, remind me that the prosperity I seek is not only for myself. It is a gift that once received must be shared, multiplied, circulated. Inspire me with creative and joyful ways to be a channel of material blessings for others, knowing that the more I give with an open heart, the more the universe will fill me again. True abundance expands when shared. It doesn't diminish, but multiplies through the sacred act of giving. Teach me this divine mathematics, where 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2, but infinity. Saint Michael, in moments when doubt creeps in and my faith in divine providence wavers, stay especially close to me. Strengthen my conviction that abundance is my divine birthright. Rekindle in me that deep certainty that with your powerful help, every closed door will transform into a portal to opportunities greater than I could imagine. Faith is the currency of the spiritual realm. The stronger my faith, the quicker and more powerful will be the manifestation of my deepest desires. Sustain this faith in moments of trial. Warrior with the flaming sword, cut the invisible ties that might bind me to people, situations, or environments that drain my energy and sabotage my prosperity. Free my spirit from toxic relationships, from limiting work environments, from situations that stifle my creativity and potential for abundance. Your sword does not wound, but liberates. It cuts only what imprisons, never what nourishes. With surgical precision, separate from my life everything that has exhausted its evolutionary purpose, making room for new connections that support my spiritual and material expansion. Saint Michael, you who are the master of divine energy, teach me to maintain my vibration elevated even in moments of apparent scarcity. Remind me that thoughts of gratitude, abundance, and trust are powerful magnets that attract even more reasons to be grateful. Help me break the vicious cycle of worry to create instead a virtuous cycle of positive expectation. Energy follows attention. What I persistently contemplate expands in my life. Guide my attention toward the evidence of abundance already present, thus amplifying their presence in my daily experience. Archangel of majestic presence, when I sit at the negotiation table, when I present my ideas, when I ask for advancement, when I launch a new project, stand beside me, invisible but powerful. May your presence infuse my words with authority, my requests with clarity, my negotiations with fairness, my projects with vision. Your regal aura merges with mine, elevating my personal charisma to levels that command respect and recognition. Those who interact with me will feel, without knowing it, that I am accompanied by a presence of great power and celestial authority. Saint Michael, you who know the value of divine timing, help me have patience in the process of manifesting my prosperity. Teach me to recognize small signs of progress, to celebrate incremental successes, to maintain faith even when results seem to develop more slowly than desired. Your millennial wisdom reminds me that every great oak begins as a small acorn. God's time is not human time. What seems like delay is often perfect preparation. What appears as waiting is actually divine orchestration of the details necessary for complete manifestation. Powerful intercessor at the throne of the Most High, bring this prayer of mine to the Creator with all the urgency and importance it deserves. You who are listened to with special favor, ask that blessings of prosperity, success, and abundance be poured upon my life in overflowing measure, pressed down and shaken together, so that I may in turn become a blessing to many others. Your angelic intercession amplifies the power of my prayer, elevating it beyond human limitations, delivering it directly to the spheres of divine manifestation, where every request aligned with the supreme good is fulfilled with cosmic perfection. Saint Michael, in your role as administrator of divine justice, help me receive what is mine by spiritual right. If there are gifts, talents, opportunities, or resources that have been designated for me by the divine plan, but have been withheld for any reason, I pray you now release them with the power of your celestial authority. Remove any karmic block, any energetic interference, any unconscious resistance that might prevent the full manifestation of my predestined prosperity. Divine justice is not punishment but restoration, the reinstatement of perfect cosmic order, in which every soul receives exactly what it needs for its evolution and joy. Archangel of eternal truth, illuminate my understanding of the true nature of wealth. Teach me that authentic abundance is not measured only in earthly currency, but in the harmonious balance of all aspects of life: vibrant health, nurturing relationships, expressive creativity, deep spiritual connection, and yes, also material prosperity as a tangible expression of divine grace. Help me seek and manifest this holistic wealth that nourishes every dimension of my being, creating a life of true fullness rather than simple accumulation. Saint Michael, protector of evolving souls, guide my spiritual journey toward abundance in a way that strengthens my soul rather than weakens it. Help me remain anchored to eternal values, even as I navigate the sometimes tumultuous waters of material prosperity. Remind me that the true purpose of wealth is to facilitate the expression of the unique gifts I bring to this world, to amplify the good I can do, to create a space of freedom from which I can serve with fullness of heart. Prosperity without spiritual growth is an empty victory. Guide me toward that wealth that elevates my consciousness rather than limiting it. Archangel of celestial keys, open the secret doors that lead to hidden treasures awaiting me. There exist resources, connections, ideas, and opportunities that have already been prepared for me by the divine design. With your golden key, unlock these gifts that await only the perfect moment to enter my life. Like a cosmic treasure hunter, Reveal the hidden paths that lead to the riches that belong to me by spiritual birthright, but have remained veiled until this moment of awakening and recognition. Saint Michael, Master of Divine Energy, teach me to wisely manage the flow of money and resources in my life. Money is crystallized energy, a tangible symbol of the value I create and share with the world. Help me develop a healthy, respectful, and fluid relationship with this form of energy. Free me from any emotional block, ancestral fear, or limiting conditioning that might interfere with my ability to receive, enjoy, and freely share this expression of cosmic abundance in its most concrete form. Golden Winged Warrior, fly above the landscape of my life and identify from above those areas where prosperity is seeking to enter but meets resistance like an eagle scanning the ground from on high. Your penetrating sight can spot opportunities, resources, and connections that from my earthly viewpoint remain invisible. Reveal these potential entry points for abundance. These prosperity portals that await only to be recognized and activated with my awareness and intentional action. Saint Michael, guardian of dimensional portals, help me access those dimensions of consciousness where abundance already exists in complete form in quantum physics and spiritual wisdom. We understand that all possibilities exist simultaneously, including that version of my life where the prosperity I desire is already a manifest reality. Help me tune my vibrational frequency to that reality, facilitating the quantum collapse that will bring that possibility from potentiality to concrete manifestation in my daily experience. Archangel of Divine Synchronicity, orchestrate those chance meetings, those lucky coincidences, those moments of serendipity that often represent turning points in life's trajectory toward prosperity. I know that in the universe there is no randomness, only a higher order that sometimes escapes our limited understanding. Now activate these cosmic gears of synchronicity, creating a cascade of meaningful connections that guide me naturally and fluidly toward the full expression of my predestined prosperity. Saint Michael, champion of truth, help me recognize and overcome those subtle lies I have told myself regarding money, success, and abundance. I'm not good enough. Wealth is for others. Money corrupts. Spirituality is incompatible with material prosperity. These falsehoods have created invisible but powerful barriers between me and the wealth that is my divine right to manifest. Your light of truth dissolves these illusions, freeing my energy to create the abundance that reflects my true spiritual value. Archangel of Divine Inspiration, ignite in my mind those creative sparks that can transform into streams and then rivers of abundance. Whisper to my consciousness those innovative ideas, those revolutionary insights, those transformative concepts that can become the foundation of lasting prosperity. True wealth often begins with a thought, a vision, an inspired idea that, nurtured with passion and developed with dedication, blossoms into concrete manifestations of abundance. Be the messenger of these divine inspirations that seek to reach me through the veils between worlds. Saint Michael, keeper of hidden talents, awaken in me those gifts and abilities I have brought into this life, but which may have remained dormant or underutilized. Help me recognize those unique capabilities that, once activated and fully expressed, will naturally become channels of abundant prosperity. Every soul comes into this world with a package of divine talents, some evident from the beginning, others waiting for the right moment to blossom. Your angelic touch can accelerate this awakening, activating those gifts that represent my most direct path to authentic abundance. Archangel of Divine Transmission, connect my consciousness to those cosmic currents of prosperity that flow constantly from the divine source through all dimensions of existence. Help me become a perfectly tuned receiver for these frequencies of abundance, an open channel through which universal wealth can flow freely into my life and through me into the world like a spiritual antenna tuned to the frequency of success. Allow me to clearly capture the divine signals that guide toward complete prosperity. Saint Michael, purifier of intentions, refine my desires regarding prosperity so they are aligned with my highest good and the good of all. Help me desire not only for my personal comfort, but for the greater expression of my divine potential and for the greater service I can offer the world, pure intentions have a manifestative power enormously greater than selfish ones. Purify my motivations with your celestial fire, thus amplifying the creative power of my prosperity. Desire's archangel of energetic protection. Create around my finances, investments, properties, and all my material resources an impenetrable force field that repels any energy of loss, deterioration, devaluation, or sabotage. May every resource that enters my life remain protected, multiply according to the divine law of abundance, and be used for purposes that benefit me and all those I touch with my life. This protection is not a wall that isolates, but an intelligent filter that allows only beneficial and constructive influences. Saint Michael, you who understand the mysteries of financial karma, help me resolve and free myself from any karmic debt that might be at the root of recurring economic difficulties in my life. If there are unresolved ancestral lessons regarding value, worth, receiving, or resource management, guide me through their understanding and final resolution. Karma is not punishment, but education. Once the lesson is learned, energy is freed and flows again without obstacles. Your guidance can enormously accelerate this process of learning and liberation. Archangel of accelerated manifestation. Compress the time between desire and its realization in my life. Reduce the delay between the seed of intention and the fruit of manifestation in a universe where time is an illusion of human perception. You can alter my experience of this flow, bringing into this dimension the immediate realization that is the norm in higher realms of existence through your intercession. What would normally require years can manifest in months, weeks, or even days. Saint Michael, keeper of ancient wisdom, reveal to me those eternal principles of prosperity that have been taught in mystery schools and temples of wisdom through millennia. Principles such as the law of attraction, the creative power of focused thought, the manifestative power of words and emotions, the sacred science of anticipatory gratitude. This knowledge is not new but eternal. It has been preserved through the ages for those who are ready to receive and apply it wisely. Through your guidance, I can access this transformative wisdom. Archangel of divine balance. Harmonize my relationship with money and all forms of material abundance. Free me from both excessive attachment and unconscious resistance. Teach me to see money for what it truly is. Neither good nor bad in itself, but a neutral energy that takes the quality of the intention with which it is used. Help me develop a fluid, healthy, and dynamic relationship with this energy, free from the emotional distortions that often complicate our relationship with material wealth. Saint Michael, protector of new beginnings, spread your mighty wings above every new project, venture, or initiative I undertake with the intention of creating greater prosperity in my life. Give these newly planted seeds a special blessing that guarantees them vital strength, resistance to difficulties, and the ability to grow to their full manifestation like a celestial gardener. Nourish these young creations with divine energy that ensures their optimal development and eventual flowering into tangible forms of abundance. Archangel of divine clarity. Dissipate the fog of confusion that sometimes obscures my path toward prosperity. Show me with crystalline clarity the precise steps I must take, the decisions I must make, the actions I must undertake to manifest the abundance I desire in a world full of options, distractions, and possible roads. Your luminous guidance helps me discern the optimal path, the one that leads with greater efficiency and grace toward the full expression of my predestined prosperity. Saint Michael, you who understand the power of sacred rituals, teach me those spiritual practices that can amplify my ability to attract and maintain abundance in my life. Specific meditations, powerful affirmations, creative visualizations, gratitude ceremonies. Guide me toward those practices that resonate with my soul and that can become effective tools for the intentional creation of the prosperity I desire to manifest. These rituals create a bridge between visible and invisible worlds, facilitating the flow of divine energy into material reality. Archangel of financial healing. Place your luminous hands on those areas of my economic life that are wounded, damaged, or suffering situations of oppressive debt, failed investments, painful losses, missed opportunities. All these experiences leave energetic scars that continue to influence my ability to create and maintain abundance. Your healing touch can mend these wounds, neutralize their negative impact, and restore full functionality to my energetic system of attracting abundance. Saint Michael, bearer of the divine flame, ignite in me an unquenchable passion for excellence in all that I do, for I know that mediocrity rarely attracts great abundance, while excellence attracts it naturally. Without effort, inspire me to give my best in every task, project, and interaction, not for self-centered perfectionism, but for the joyful expression of my divine essence that naturally aspires to the highest and most complete manifestation. This passion for excellence becomes a powerful magnet for opportunities, resources, and recognition. Archangel of karmic liberation, untie those ancestral knots that might limit the flow of prosperity through my family line. Many beliefs and patterns regarding money and abundance are unconsciously transmitted from generation to generation, creating invisible but powerful blocks to the full manifestation of wealth. With your sword of light, cut these restrictive ties, freeing not only me, but also my ancestors and descendants from limitations that no longer serve our collective spiritual development. Saint Michael, you who govern the angelic legions, assign to my life those specific angels who specialize in abundance, prosperity, and material success. These celestial allies can work tirelessly behind the scenes, orchestrating favorable circumstances, inspiring profitable ideas, facilitating advantageous connections, and removing obstacles on my path toward full prosperity. Like a commander who strategically deploys his troops, position these angelic helpers at critical points in my life to maximize their beneficial impact. Archangel of expanded vision, widen the boundaries of my imagination regarding what is possible for me in terms of prosperity and abundance. Often, the greatest limit to our wealth is not external but internal. It is the invisible ceiling we have placed on our ability to receive and enjoy abundance. With your divine touch, lift this artificial ceiling, expand the boundaries of my possible, and invite me to dream bigger, to imagine levels of success and prosperity that previously seemed unreachable or even unthinkable. Saint Michael, master of subtle energies, harmonize my personal energy field to make it naturally attractive to the frequencies of wealth and abundance. Like a tuning fork that is tuned to resonate with a specific musical note, align my energetic vibration with that of cosmic prosperity, creating a natural resonance that attracts experiences of abundance without forced effort. This vibrational alignment is the deepest secret of effective manifestation. We don't so much need to do as to become what we desire to attract. Archangel of divine growth, plant in my consciousness those seeds of greatness that await only the nourishment of focused intention to germinate into tangible manifestations of prosperity. Every great success, every profitable enterprise, every creation of value begins as a seed, an idea, an intuition, a glimpsed possibility. Your nurturing energy can accelerate the germination of these seeds, rapidly transforming them from potentiality into concrete realities that bring abundance into my life and value to the world. Saint Michael, guardian of dimensional doors, open for me those energetic portals that lead to dimensions of greater abundance and expanded possibilities. The universe is multidimensional, with infinite timelines and parallel realities, some of which contain versions of my life characterized by extraordinary levels of success, prosperity, and fulfillment. Help me access these elevated dimensions, integrate them into my present experience, call into my current reality the qualities and manifestations of those more prosperous versions of myself. Archangel of divine persistence, infuse me with that sacred determination that perseveres through obstacles, delays, and apparent failures on the path toward full manifestation of prosperity. Success is rarely an immediate event. More often, it is the result of sustained efforts, intelligent adaptations. Resilience in the face of difficulties give me the inner strength to continue moving toward my goals, even when the path seems long or difficult. Archangel of divine persistence, infuse me with that sacred determination that perseveres through obstacles, delays, and apparent failures on the path toward full manifestation of prosperity. Success is rarely an immediate event. More often, it is the result of sustained efforts, intelligent adaptations. Resilience in the face of difficulties give me the inner strength to continue moving toward my goals, even when the path seems long or difficult. Knowing that persistence is often the final ingredient that transforms dreams into manifest reality, Saint Michael, you who understand the mysteries of divine co-creation. Teach me the subtle art of alignment with the universal forces that govern manifestation. Show me how to dance in harmony with these cosmic energies, when to push and when to surrender, when to act and when to wait, when to focus and when to let go. This sacred dance of co-creation requires both human effort and divine trust, both determined action and serene acceptance with your guidance. I can master this delicate balance that is the key to effective manifestation, Archangel of energetic transmutation. Transform those experiences in my life that seem to block the flow of prosperity. Every rejection, every failure, every loss contains a hidden gift, a precious lesson, a seed of future opportunity. Your alchemical touch can reveal these hidden treasures, extracting wisdom from difficulties, strength from disappointments, and opportunities from apparent failures. This is true spiritual alchemy, not the transformation of lead into gold, but of difficult experiences into springboards toward greater prosperity. Saint Michael, you who see beyond the veil of material illusion, remind me that true wealth is not measured only in terms of possessions or numbers in a bank account. Teach me to recognize and appreciate the many forms of abundance already present in my life. Health, relationships, beauty, knowledge, time, opportunities, experience, spiritual connection. This gratitude for abundance already manifested becomes a powerful point of attraction for even greater prosperity in all its forms. Material and immaterial Archangel of divine synchronization, align the timing of the manifestation of my prosperity with the perfect cosmic timing for my maximum spiritual evolution. Sometimes, what we perceive as delay is actually divine protection. Perfect alignment, or necessary preparation, help me trust divine timing, knowing that the universe is orchestrating the arrival of my blessings at exactly the right moment, not too early, when I would not be ready to fully receive them, nor too late, when they would no longer be of maximum benefit for my path. Saint Michael, master of universal laws, teach me how to work in harmony with those cosmic laws that govern the manifestation of abundance. Laws such as attraction, cause and effect, correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, gender. Immutable principles that, once understood and consciously applied, can enormously accelerate the process of creating prosperity in my life. These are not arbitrary rules, but intrinsic principles to the functioning of the universe itself. Understanding them means acquiring the tools to deliberately create the reality I desire to experience. Archangel of divine integration, help me fully incorporate the lessons of prosperity that life offers me. Every experience contains wisdom. Both successes and failures have something to teach me about creating abundance. With your help, I can extract maximum learning from every situation, integrating it into my ever more refined understanding of how to manifest and sustain prosperity in my life. This continuous integration of life's lessons accelerates my path toward mastery. In the co-creation of abundance, Saint Michael, you who are the keeper of vital energy, help me maintain an optimal level of strength and personal energy, knowing that vitality is an essential ingredient in the effective manifestation of prosperity. Creation requires energy to visualize, to focus, to act, to persevere. Protect me from burnout, from energy waste, from the dispersion of my vital force in activities, relationships, or worries that drain without nourishing with your protective shield. Conserve and amplify my vital energy, directing it toward the intentional creation of the abundance I desire. Archangel of divine communication, refine my expression skills so that I can clearly articulate visions, ideas, proposals, and requests that lead to greater prosperity. Words have creative power. The way we communicate can open or close doors, build or damage relationships, inspire or discourage collaborations. Help me speak the language of success, to communicate with clarity, authenticity, and persuasive power that naturally attracts support. Resources and opportunities aligned with my prosperity goals. Saint Michael, protector of my divine destiny, keep away from my life those distractions, temptations, and deviations that might take me away from my path of greater prosperity and fulfillment. In the modern world, we are constantly bombarded with stimuli that compete for our attention, with opportunities that promise quick success but derail us from our true mission. With your protective guidance, help me stay focused on the priorities that truly matter, on the actions that genuinely advance my path toward authentic and lasting abundance. Archangel of Divine Authorization, free me from any sense of unworthiness or inadequacy that might limit my ability to receive great abundance. Many of us have internalized limiting messages about how much we deserve to have, how much success we can achieve, how much joy and prosperity we can experience. With your celestial touch, erase these limiting programs from my subconscious mind, replacing them with the divine truth. As a child of the infinite Creator, I am perfectly authorized to experience unlimited prosperity. Saint Michael, master of temporal portals, help me heal the wounds of the past that continue to influence my present relationship with abundance. Childhood experiences of scarcity, moments of traumatic loss, periods of financial struggle. These memories create points of energetic blockage that resist the full expression of prosperity in my present. Your angelic power can reach through time, healing these wounds at their source, freeing my present energy from the limiting influence of past experiences that no longer serve my evolution. Archangel of Divine Seeding, plant in the fertile soil of my consciousness those specific seeds of abundance that most completely express my divine purpose in this life. Every soul comes with a unique plan, a specific contribution, a particular expression of the divine that only it can manifest. The prosperity that most naturally flows into my life is that aligned with this soul purpose. Your celestial discernment knows exactly which forms of abundance best support my unique mission. Help me focus on these specific forms. Saint Michael, you who are the supreme symbol of light's victory over darkness, help me overcome those inner shadows that sabotage my efforts toward prosperity. Unconscious fears, self-limiting programs, negative beliefs, persistent doubts. These inner shadows can sabotage even the most brilliant plans and determined efforts. Your penetrating light can illuminate these dark corners of my psyche, bringing awareness where there was unawareness and transformation where there was stagnation. With your help, I can become free from these internal saboteurs. Archangel of Expanded Perception, widen my awareness to allow me to notice the prosperity opportunities that constantly surround me. Often, the possibilities for greater abundance are already present in our lives, but remain invisible due to a narrow focus or limiting perceptual filters. Your energy can expand my field of attention, refine my spiritual senses, and tune my awareness to the frequency of opportunities, allowing me to notice and seize possibilities that previously went unnoticed in the field of my experience. Saint Michael, you who stand at the boundary between the visible and invisible, help me remember that the manifestation of prosperity always follows a path from invisible to visible, from non-manifest to manifest, from the realm of thought to the realm of matter. Every material reality begins as mental reality. Every physical creation as spiritual creation. Teach me to work consciously with this natural process of manifestation, first focusing the invisible energy of thought and emotion, knowing that material form will inevitably follow according to immutable universal laws. Archangel of Divine Trust, strengthen my faith in the manifestation process, even when I don't yet see tangible results. In moments of doubt, when the path seems long and the desired abundance appears distant, remind me that creation has its natural rhythm, first invisible, then visible, first subtle, then tangible. Teach me to recognize and celebrate the subtle signs of progress, the small synchronicities, the incremental steps that confirm that the manifestation process is underway, even when the final result is not yet visible to physical eyes. Saint Michael, keeper of my connection with the divine source, keep open and fluid the channel through which universal abundance can flow into my life. This channel can be obstructed by doubts, worries, resentments, fears, dense emotions that block the natural flow of prosperity with your purifying energy. Keep this channel free from blockages, wide and receptive, allowing the infinite ocean of cosmic abundance to flow freely into my personal experience, filling every area of my life with its nourishing richness. Archangel of Divine Presence, anchor me in the present moment where true manifestative power resides. Neither regrets for the past nor anxieties for the future have the power to create. Only the focused energy of the full present moment can truly manifest. Help me bring the fullness of my awareness, my intention, and my energetic presence into the eternal now, the point of power from which all creation flows. In this total presence, I become a fully conscious co-creator of my reality, a perfect channel for the manifestation of divine abundance. Saint Michael, protector of sacred boundaries, teach me to create and maintain healthy boundaries in my life, boundaries that protect my energy, my time, my talents, and my resources from unnecessary drains or exploitation. Boundaries are not walls that isolate, but intelligent membranes that allow nourishing exchanges while filtering harmful influences. With your guidance, I can learn when to say yes and when to say no, when to give and when to receive, when to engage and when to withdraw. Essential discernment for the creation and maintenance of true prosperity. Archangel of Cosmic Memory, awaken in me the remembrance of those past incarnations in which I experienced great abundance, success, and prosperity. These memories contain energetic patterns, developed talents, acquired wisdom that can be reactivated in my present life, accelerating my path toward the manifestation of abundance. I don't need to reinvent the wheel. I can draw upon my own soul experience accumulated through many lives of learning about the laws of prosperity and manifestation. Saint Michael, as I conclude this prayer, I already feel that something has begun to move in the spiritual realm. I perceive your powerful energy already working to unlock the doors of my prosperity. I thank you with all my heart for your intercession, for your protection, for your guidance. I know that from this moment forward, my financial and material life will never be the same. The seeds of abundance we have planted together will begin to germinate, grow, and eventually bear abundant fruit that will nourish not only me but all those around me. Glorious Saint Michael, receive my infinite gratitude for having listened to this prayer with divine attention. I feel that your transformative energy has already begun to act in my life, dissolving invisible knots, opening doors that seemed forever sealed. The light of your sword has illuminated paths of opportunity that I couldn't even glimpse before. I know this is just the beginning of an extraordinary journey toward the prosperity that is destined for me. With every breath I take from this moment forward, I commit to consciously collaborating with the divine energies you have activated, keeping high my vibration of gratitude, trust, and positive expectation. If this prayer has touched your heart, know that something powerful has already begun to move in the spiritual world. Saint Michael Archangel has heard your silent invocation and is already working to transform your reality. But your path of blessings has just begun. The next prayer, which is appearing on your screen right now, might be the next step to unlock even more victories in your life. Click and continue to receive what heaven has specially prepared for you, because each prayer is a step toward that fullness of life that has been promised to you from eternity.